Hi, I'm Michaela Bedgood, and today we're going to be doing an experiment on penny oxidation. I first want to take a second and apologize for my voice. Last week I got really sick and I completely lost my voice, and now I'm getting it back. I just kind of sound like a boy going through puberty, so I'm sorry for that. Today for our experiment, all you're going to need is some white vinegar, some salt, bowl that is not metal. I'm just using a plastic bowl. You're gonna need a bowl of water, a paper towel, and then some pennies, and just not like super shiny and bright pennies, just some dull, dirty pennies. So first you're gonna want to take about a 1/4 cup of white vinegar. I've already poured about a 1/4 cup into the measuring cup and measured it out. So I'll put that off to the side. Now let's measure our salt. You're gonna need about a teaspoon of salt. So let's take that, dump it in there. I'm gonna put the salt off to the side too. So let's get our bowl. Take your vinegar, you pour it in the bowl. And then you're gonna take your salt and you're also gonna pour it in the bowl. Now we're just gonna mix that salt in with the vinegar. It's not going to dissolve all the way, you're just going to mix it just to try and dissolve some of it. Drop some on the floor, it's okay. Set this off to the side, take your bowl. Now you're going to take your pennies. And you're just going to drop them in. I'm going to try and not have them on top of each other. And now you're just going to let them sit. So, as you have seen, I just took some vinegar and mixed salt into it. I then placed some dirty, rusty pennies into the mixture. Now, after sitting in the mixture, hopefully we'll find the pennies all bright and shiny. Let's talk about why the pennies should be shiny after coming out of the mixture. So the surface of the pennies before going into the mixture are covered in copper oxide. It makes all the pennies look dirty and banged up. The copper oxide should dissolve when placed into a weak acid. When we mixed the white vinegar and salt together, we made a weak acid. Theoretically, you could clean pennies with various other materials as long as there are also acids. For example, you should be able to use lemon juice or even maybe orange juice. So now it's been a second. Why don't we go look at our pennies, see how they're doing. So they are a lot shinier. You can even see it through this. So why don't we take our bowl of water. Here, first I'm going to take 5 of them out. I'm going to just set them onto the paper towel. Like that. Now I'm going to take the other 5. I'm going to put them right into the water. Set that off to the side. You don't need it anymore. Rinse these pretty good. Now I'm going to take another paper towel, which is going to dry them off real quick. So now they're really shiny and bright. They were really dinged up. This one is still, dropped one. This one is still kind of dirty, but It was really, really dirty before it went in. It's a lot shinier and a lot cleaner now. I did save 5 of them to see if they would turn this green color. I didn't look like they wanted to turn that green color. But not all experiments work, so that could mean various different things. Maybe there wasn't enough salt in the mixture or something. But I'll talk about why it should have turned that color. So I took out the pennies from the vinegar and salt mixture. I took half and rinsed them in water and showed you that they're all shiny and clean. But the other half I did not rinse and I placed on a paper towel to dry. After leaving the unrinsed pennies to dry, I was expecting them to turn this bluish green color, and this was because the vinegar and salt bath dissolved the copper oxide on the pennies, which made it should have made it easier for the copper atoms to join with the oxygen from the air and the chlorine that was from the salt, and it should have made a blue-green color called malachite, but they didn't end up turning a color. You can see they're bright and shiny. So that could have been various other things. It could have not been enough salt in the mixture. I could have not let them have enough time to dry. I'm not really sure. But that was penny oxidation.